Back, how much focus slips into already looking towards the second game?
Well, from a player's perspective, not much. But from the view of a coach, it has to creep in some in terms of making sure you don't overplay your stars.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Down low, it's Banchero and Carter. The guard pair form will be Suggs and Bain. And it's Wagner in at the 3.
Well, plays like that take real poise. Harris didn't let the physical defense get the better of him inside.
And it's Suggs missing. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
And nothing feels better than a win where team defense is the main factor.
And it's the Magic with the ball, following the bucket by the Pistons. Here's Banchero for 3. To stand in terms of emerging young stars, Banchero is very high on that list.
Well, he sure is, Kevin, because he can create shots for himself and his teammates. And as we've already seen in his early years, this guy is at his best in the playoffs, and that's a trait you're always looking for.
Back to Harris. Pass to Cunningham. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, with the size that Cunningham has, he is a real handful inside.
Outside, Bain. The Magic again can hit. For the Orlando Magic, they come in off a good outing against Philadelphia.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part. Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Cunningham kicks to Harris. Orlando grabs the miss. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Bain. One second left. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pistons lead by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
They've got Robinson. LeVert out there with Javonte Green. Then there's Holland. And it's Stewart in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. 4 on the shot clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And the basket is good. Wagner's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Orlando.
Well, nice pass there, setting up Wagner in a good position.
Holland, the pass to Robinson. Orlando grabs the miss.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
And with the goal of improving offensively, Stan, the Magic have made some moves.
Well, this is a team that hasn't been inclined to make many trades in the past. But with the young star talent they possess comes the urgency to win now.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, "I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Guys?"
On the rise, Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Isaac misses. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Pistons. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. 1:02 left in the first half of the game. Here's Black. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Pistons leading. It's LeVert on the wing. Outside Robinson. Stewart against Wagner. Stewart kicks to Holland. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Wagner, right side. Out to the right wing. De Silva, no good. And here is Robinson. Can they get it? And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Pistons ahead. They lead by a bucket. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The Detroit Pistons finding themselves in a closely contested game.
With how this offense has performed, they should be up even more. Well-balanced attack.
Yeah, it's hard for a defense to take things away when you do a bunch of things well.
Taking a peek now at the upcoming schedule.
Taking a look here now at the Magic. You watch their games. They've had some highs, some lows. Still putting it all together.
Which you could say about most teams around this time of year.
Yeah, not a big insight, big fella.
What?
No, we're just messing with you. We're just messing with you.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And communication is so crucial to winning basketball. Coach, teams that can get on the same page quickly, they clearly have an edge, right?
Oh, absolutely. I don't know that there's anything other than effort, maybe, that is more important to good defense than communication. The only way teams can be on the same page on how you want to cover certain situations is with great talk. It's got to be early, it's got to be loud, and it's got to be repeated.
Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. Wagner is in the front court alongside Banchero. The guard pair form will be Suggs and Bain. And it's Carter in at the 5 down low. And Banchero, here we go. And they pick up 2.
And taking the hit, no less. Excellent body control from Banchero. And he does a great job of just shielding the ball from defenders.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jalen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defensive rebounding.
the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. The Pistons second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Wagner passes to Bain. From outside, off the mark. Pistons leading by 4. And Stan, when you think of the most athletic teams in the NBA, the Pistons have to be right up there.
Yeah, a handful of supreme athletes. And most importantly, Kevin, they use that athleticism to attack and disrupt. That's what makes the difference.
Here's Suggs, following the bucket by the Pistons. It's stolen by Duren. And Thompson gets it to go. Thompson's got the lead up to 8 now for Detroit.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks. Plenty of pressure for a player like Cade Cunningham, asked to shoulder the load. He said, that's what I asked for. To be in the NBA, to be in these moments. I try not to shy away from them. He practices meditation, and he says it's really helped me. Anytime I need to just reset, I can do it. Guys, back to you.
Able to dial it in. Okay, Allie, thanks. So for the Pistons, Stewart comes in for Duren. Robinson is subbed in for Cunningham. Anthony Black's checked in for Orlando. Now here's Ivy. Black defending. 46 seconds left in the third. Out to Harris. 5 to shoot. Stewart, a screen for Harris. No good with the triple. The Magic trail by 6. Here's Banchero. The offensive rebound. And a wide open look for Bain. Gets a very good look and converts. Bain's got his first points of the night.
You can't play lax defense on Bain because he's looking to shoot as soon as he catches it.
Ivy with it. Pass to Robinson. And here is Harris. Fades and shoots. He can't hit that time. And we've reached the end of the third. Pistons lead by 4. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The forwards are Thompson and Harris. At the guard spots, we'll see Cunningham and Ivy. And it's Duren in at the center position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Here's Carter, Suggs outside. Launches it. A three-pointer. Good.
Yeah, and for Suggs, his three-point shooting has come a long way since entering the league.
Suggs against Cunningham. It's off target. Orlando trailing here. Wagner. Got it to go off the glass.
Yeah, Wagner doesn't fear contact. He'll take it right into the defense down there.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Outside Cunningham. Now Ivy beyond the arc. Down he goes for three.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He knows every possession is critical now. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just reviewing the plan with his team. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Now, here's Bain. Fires the three. Duran pulls it down. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Cunningham. Yeah, count it.
Big time points for Cunningham. Good to see him stepping up in these moments.
Carter with a screen on Ivy. Bain takes it inside.
Clutch points from Bain. Never scared of the moment.
The Pistons leading.
How about the big fella, Jalen Duran, coming through with a massive hoop.
Steps back. Bain against Ivy. Now Suggs. Carter with a screen on top. Wagner fires. Cleared away by Ivy.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
And they double up Cunningham. From outside, the shot misses.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jaden Ivey gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here.
Taking care of business at the line, and he adds some cushion to their lead.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Van Carroll. Now Wagner. Now Van Carroll. Now Wagner lets loose a three. And Harris will pull it down. And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for Detroit, Cunningham. K. Cunningham. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so they foul intentionally.
Wendell Carter Jr. First personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
And so the Pistons take the win. And as always,